And we were talking yesterday about sort of putting ourselves in Pharaoh's position, so to speak. And, you know, I think it is just true. Like, the reform of the self is hard. And, you know, the weight of our own habits, the weight of our own character, and the way in which that compounds, you say, well, I know I have these faults, these mistakes.
I'm not going to do this anymore.
It has a little problem in my life, and then it got big. You know, I missed work, and then that was okay. I got a reprimand, but then I lost the job. Then, you know, my family fell apart. Then, you know, it's easy to dismiss Pharaoh. You know, much harder to dismiss ourselves.
Yeah. When you make a habit, what happens there's a neurophysiological process. So when you first encounter something novel, so you don't have habits in that domain, a large part of your brain is metabolically active. And it's because you're not very good at it. And there's no specialized system developed to deal with that anomalous occurrence. And then as you practice, less and less of your brain is involved. It moves from the right to the left, and then from the left frontal backwards, till you build a little machine, but it's not a machine, in the back that automatizes that. So if you practice a sin, let's say, you build a little machine, but it's not a machine because it's alive. It's more like a sub-personality. And then when you want to take that thing out, it's not particularly happy. And it will respond in many ways. Well, look, it couldn't animate you. The habit couldn't animate you and shape your perceptions if it wasn't a spirit. And so you build in those habits, and you allow the spirit that constitutes those habits to not only inhabit you, it's more than that, because that little neurophysiological mechanism, in order for it to grip control of your perception and action, it has to shut down all the rest of your brain, because otherwise you do something else. So if it doesn't have the capability to shut down the rest of your brain, it couldn't implement itself. And so when you go to battle against that, not only is it alive and it causes pain to kill it, but it also is capable of shutting down the rest of the brain, or it wouldn't have got purchase on you to begin with. And then it's even worse than that, because you can't kill the damn thing once it's in there. The best you can do is build another machine to shut it down. And then when you get stressed, the new machine that shuts it down is most likely to collapse first, and then it'll pop back up.
Which is why, precisely in a way, the question here is, the question, I was thinking, you know, all right, what does an atheist find in Exodus? Is, I mean, if you stress test from this angle, you say, all right, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in any of this. And you say, okay, fair enough. How do you move on your own terms from, you know, being entrapped by your bad habits and the weight of the world and depression and whatever else? I mean, is there any movement possible? That's, you know, getting God out of the picture doesn't change the problem of where you are, right? You're still left with that. And so what's being said here is something like, you know, how do you open yourself up to that which could be genuinely transformational, which you cannot do in your own? That's in a way what God's order is here.